Hi!
Hello!
I'm Austin.
I'm Courtney.
As some of you guys know, when me and Courtney started dating, we made two promises. The first promise was not to have sex until marriage, and the second promise was not to ever lose the honeymoon stage. And to this day, we've been able to stay true to those promises. You can probably see that in social media. We are not shy of sharing our affection towards each other.
So even though we have said these things and we've kept these promises, it doesn't mean that there aren't difficult times and days and that we haven't struggled with things, and it's definitely a process to work through, and it's something that we constantly have to rely on the Lord for and always try to encourage each other with it. And yeah.
And so that's why we're starting this new series called #RealTalk. You're adorable.
Thanks.
I like you. But we're going to start out with this first one that is going to be more positive, and that has to deal with how I get to be able to love Courtney and be a husband at a distance. Examples of when that was in the beginning of our relationship was when I got in a car accident and Courtney was in the car, and I had the opportunity to step up and take responsibility and execute everything in a proper and gentle and kind way and be able to own to the fact that it was my fault, and figuring all that out and going through that process. So that was really incredible.
And then there was a time when after we started dating and everything, we were talking about, money and, do you have debt? Do I have debt? And so we were talking about that, and I definitely have student loans, student debt. And so that was something that Austin was really great at helping me with, just like organizing everything. And he was able to figure out that with my current job and just my resources right now, I'm able to hopefully pay off all of my student debt by 3 years from now. Way less than what it says on there. It says that you should be able to pay off in 10 years. I'm like, I don't want that over my head for 10 years.
No, thank you.
And yeah, so that's been something he's been super helpful with, of just like, he's really great with numbers and breaking things down and making spreadsheets and making things easier to understand, and that stuff that numbers are just not my thing. So I'm really thankful that he's there to help me and just kind of encourage me through that process, because it isn't very fun, but it's something that, getting better at, and I keep doing, and I take responsibility of, and yeah.
And that's definitely another video that we want to do, where we can talk about that process. And we even had difficulty in that situation with communication, and yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another time, another #RealTalk. But some more current situations is how Courtney is going to be moving into our soon-to-be apartment. I'm going to be moving in when we get married, but Courtney definitely is feeling cramped in her current situation and needs more space, and also she'll be able to beautify it before I come in.
Yeah, I'll get to decorate it, kind of get it more feeling homey and organize things, and I don't know, kind of get used to a rhythm of living there and discovering a new route to get to work and all that stuff, since that'll be more of a transition than what Austin will have to do, because it's only 10 miles from where he currently lives, so it's not as different from him. But yeah, that's super exciting, and that's something where Austin's been able to help a lot with just all the logistic stuff. This all came out very soon, and we had one apartment in mind, and then we quickly decided this other one, and that same day we decided it was basically the same day that we finalized it. And Austin asked all these wonderful questions to the property manager, just things that I wouldn't have thought of off the top of my head, but after we've seen a couple of apartments, he's learned different things to ask, and taking on that husband role before he actually is my husband.
Yeah, so I got to make some spreadsheets specifically on comparing different spots that we've looked at, different places we've been to, and finding the best one situation, and it just so happened this one lined up. What's really interesting though is I also get to be a husband in the way of when she has an apartment, she's going to need internet. And being able to contact the internet providers and find out the best deals and which service and package would work best for her with her situation, if there's a way to upgrade once I move into the house, the apartment, and stuff like that. So that was an incredible time. I still need to finalize that, but being able to step into that role at a distance is super encouraging.
So with that being said, Austin's been very helpful throughout this engagement process, just supporting me and stepping into that role early on. Obviously, there's certain things you cannot do yet, and it's just either something like waiting until marriage to have sex, that kind of stuff. Obviously, you can't be a husband in that role until we're married, and things of just like, helping around the house, like all that kind of stuff. We're not going to be living together until we're married, and that's another promise we made. And so there's those things that he'll still need to step into, but it's really cool to see him kind of starting to make that transition into being a husband.
Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome, as always. We really appreciate your support in this journey.
Don't forget to subscribe, check us out on the socials. Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Bye! I forgot what we were talking about. This being said...
It's okay.
That one time.
What one time? Wow, I have a tickle. I made a funny face.
Nice. That went great.